Hi, I'm Vinod Subramanian. Uh, Basically, lived most of my life working with sound. Uh, went to Film Institute Pune and have done location sound for film and sound design, and that's basically what I've done. For major part of my life, and I stopped working in the film industry around 2016 and started a company, uh, Overtone Audio. And so I provide high level, hand-holding technical solutions, consultancies to people. I represent a number of companies, manufacturers from across the world, get people the equipment they require, integrate everything, put things together rather than just give them boxes and ask them to go out and, find a way to integrate it. So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years. So, and I'm not a musician, but I dabble in it. I'm interested, more than interested. I'm very much interested in music of all kinds. And it's just that, So, this is my home, it's my living room. So, I'm, exploring stuff all the time. So, right now, my exploration is with analog synthesis, electronic music. So I'm just trying to figure some things out, get some sense, and and have a 5.1 setup and an LR speaker setup. So this is where I spend most of my time, uh, listening to music and working on things. If I do any work, then but otherwise I have a workspace where I do other stuff, the electronics and building stuff for people and all that. So here I had some trouble because our AC, um, the supply is noisy by itself, and we have a lot of electromagnetic interference, radio frequency interference all around us. So all of this stuff adds up, and you know, so if you look at the audiophile hi-fi market, there are these power conditioners and stuff. Some of them run into thousands of dollars. And some of it is probably good. Maybe it does the job, but I've read a lot about many of these power conditioners really, not doing much for the amount of money that you're paying. And so I just stumbled upon Arowana, and I found Vijay's number and spoke to him, and said I got these issues with you know electrical noise in my setup, which my hi-fi setup, and this the synths and everything, and I wanted to try out his power conditioners. And when I spoke to him, I get to know that he's spent a great deal of effort in making something like this, and it's being made right here in Kandivali, right? Kandivali, and you know how the hell did I know of this before? When the only thing that you could buy to distribute AC was something like a Belkin or whatever, a power strip, which is more really for a computer, a monitor, and a printer or whatever. It's really not for audio. And since this is not a professional studio, I was not keen on investing in an isolation transformer and rewiring the AC for the setup and all that. Okay, that would have been too much. Um, So I got two of his power conditioners, which four-way, the four-way ones I got, right? Yeah, the four-way ones. And it was just simple. I just pulled out whatever power strip was there on my hi-fi rack and just installed this. And it was instant. The difference was very clear. My issues with electrical noise just went away. I had to do nothing but just install Vijay's power strips, the conditioners. The thing is, it's not a power strip that he makes, it's actually a conditioner. There is stuff inside there in the box that is not just distributing AC that's coming in from a wall socket into multiple sockets. That is there. Of course, you need multiple sockets. It's got multiple sockets, four sockets, and then I think you make one with 10 or 12.
8, and we have a rack.
8 in rack. Yeah. So, um, I mean, when the unit came, it was hefty. I mean, I said, no, this cannot be just, one cable coming in with a 3-pin AC plug and, stuck into an IC socket, and then these 3-pin multi sockets on top, four of them. No, this looks a lot more heftier than what that would be if it was just like a power strip. And then I spoke to him about it, and I got to know that this is actively, it actively takes care of filtering out RFI EMI, and I believe there is an isolation, uh, you know, inside the unit that takes care of, electrical noise. And so it was evident the moment I, pulled out the old distribution setup and put in this one. Uh, my LR left-right speakers, they're passive. I have an amp, and I could instantly feel that, I could hear it that it was silent, which otherwise there were these irritating, buzzes and noises that used to bother me. And of course, when the music starts playing, it gets masked and whatever. Then you kind of live with it, really. But you don't have to live with it, really. And of course, I've read about some crazy people. There's a Japanese guy who put his own transformer for his house. The power supply coming from the the municipality goes through his own transformer, and then he does all kinds of things. And so by the time the AC supply gets into his house, it's not the same as what is supplied by the municipality, the power company. That's at another level altogether. Living in an apartment in Mumbai, it's you can't think about doing these kind of things. But and also, of course, I didn't want to probably spend like $6,000-7,000 on PS audio or whatever, and and power line conditioners, Furutech and whatever. And of course, some of that stuff is definitely, to me, I feel like it's snake oil. Um, I know the connection between two pieces of metal that's going to transfer a charge and electrical current. It should be robust. It should, there should be no resistance. Yeah, I mean, I know all that, but plating it with rhodium and gold and all that, and lifting cables off the ground, which are insulated cables. The hi-fi industry is replete with this kind of stuff, and being a professional audio guy, I find a lot of that stuff really, like, balderdash. That's the word. Yeah. So uh, in this case, this was a very straightforward problem, and it was a straightforward solution to the problem. Just plug and play. I put the conditioner in, took out all the plugs from my CD player and my amp, and my turntable and my phono stage, plugged it into this, turned the system on, and I could immediately feel the difference because it wasn't making those noises that it would before, and that's it. So it works out very well for me, and so I got two of them. I'm right now in the process of kind of rearranging stuff and reorganizing this workspace. So I'm definitely going to consult Vijay on what I should be doing. If after this rearrangement, if I might need more than just a four-way conditioner, maybe an eight-way, and also look at the footprint. uh, which kind would I want. I'm going to discuss this with him, of course, and then decide on further course of action. So that's it, I guess.